So, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, we have a new podcast episode 2 of the second season, the second one. We've got David here today. So, fortunately, Gabe could not be here. His excuse was extremely lame. Gabe, I know you're watching this. It was a lame excuse, buddy. Couldn't make any
What was
time
his
for the podcast.
excuse?
Well, it was a lame excuse, David. So,
All right.
anyways, we got a good episode today. It's gonna be kind of a mini-sode, I guess, because Gabe's not really here. It's gonna be, just two of us. So it's, I guess, you know what I mean. Less brain power is what I'm saying. I'm not saying you don't have any brain power, David.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I have a ton. I think I can easily make up for Gabe.
Oh yeah, those are. Those are fighting words. But so guys, like I said, very very special episode today. So David, I haven't seen you in a while, man. How have you been?
I've been all right. Quarantine's been very boring for me. I haven't really been doing very much.
What
But
do you
I've been
mean?
all right.
You're an interesting guy. Sorry to cut you off there. But like, what have you been doing? Give me an example. Just been hanging out?
Yeah. I've just been hanging out. I've been going for some runs. I've been working out with my sister. Actually, she kills me every single time.
No,
It's
wait, how? Oh, isn't she like 13? Oh, wait, before I say anything else, I just want to say for everyone watching, this is going to be not safe for work. You can take one look at David, he does not kiss his mother with that mouth. He's got a potty mouth. So just everybody tune in, just make sure it's not safe for work. But, dude, she's like 13.
She's a sophomore. She's gonna be a junior.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
No,
so
but
she like bench more than you? Like, what do you do?
Oh
She on
yeah,
like testosterone? Is she on like creatine? Like, what's the deal?
she is on creatine and all that kind of stuff. But so she's like the same height as you, like 5'6".
That's real funny. David, how tall are you? David, how tall are you? How tall are you?
Like 6'2".
Have you ever considered human growth hormones?
No, I have not.
Dude, you'd be able to beat your sister up if you took growth hormones.
I need the hormones to grow outwards, not upwards. That's the thing.
That can be interpreted multiple ways, David. So, so, so going back, so she's on creatine, dude?
Oh, she's on all sorts of crazy shit.
That's honestly like, because didn't she play softball? I'm not an expert on your sister. I'm just letting everyone know that.
She's trying to get big, so she was like deadlifting I don't know, 225, and she's like 5'6", 125. So she's deadlifting like double her weight.
That's not double her weight. For everyone, all the pretty ladies out there, I am not 5'6", I am 5'9", and like a half. I've grown a little bit. It's just putting that out there, clarify. But dude, no, that's actually pretty good. Granted, that's my warm up for deadlifts, so
Yeah, no, but you're a little bit of a larger man.
Well, it's the Ockcast. I'm the Ock man. You know that. I'm
exactly.
Meat Man. I'm Meat Man. Only like 5 people are gonna get that, and it sounds. Yeah, okay, maybe Meat Man's not the greatest thing, but dude, yeah, that's actually so you worked like deadlift with her and everything.
Yeah, but she tries to kill me. She puts on too much weight. And one time we were doing planks, and it was for 7 minutes. I couldn't hold it. So every time I go to the ground, she'd smack me like this.
No, I do that too. Well, it's just it's like camaraderie type thing,
Yeah.
If you're doing a slap plank with someone, it's like mandatory you push them over. I guess I'm just an asshole, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, you and my sister get along, I think.
Okay, she's
not
David.
like that.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
No, I know. You're a sweetheart, David. So something I want to talk to you about because I value your opinion a lot on this matter.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. What's your take on TikTok?
100% anti-TikTok.
Oh, let's go. Now, Gabe is not here to defend TikTok, okay? Because
it's just the worst.
So everybody watching, know this. If you're on TikTok, nothing wrong with you. I just don't like TikTok. You're fine. But,
2% of the TikToks are probably, good and funny, and then the other, 98% are just complete garbage. Just,
no, it's true.
White girls,
okay, let's
doing terrible dancing.
That is a lot. That is a lot of TikToks, the worst part. And I've seen people practice the dancing. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, in the bridge all the time you see Madeline there.
Okay, stop naming names. Stop naming names. But I hope you know I'm not editing this at all. So
yeah, I know.
That's here today. But dude, no, that's true though. That is most of what TikTok is, and it's ridiculous because I've been in line before at McDonald's, I remember I went, and there's just kids doing like the little dances. Like, what are you doing? And I understand it's like, if there's little kids doing it, it's like, okay. But I've seen like grown people like our age, well, not completely grown, but you know what I mean,
Yeah.
our age doing it. It's like, dude, you need to have like some dignity left at the age of like 18. But doing that in
Yeah.
public is just so humiliating, I feel like.
hmm Well, one of my dad's friends, his son is like TikTok famous. Like he has like
Well,
15
famous.
million. Yeah. 15 million, like whatever. I don't even know.
Well,
But
views maybe. 15 million, probably
yeah,
views.
probably views. Yeah. I assume not followers. I assume views, but
I
I
mean,
don't
that's a
really
lot of
know
followers. Yeah,
because
dude,
my
I don't
dad
know how
doesn't know.
TikTok. I don't know
But
how TikTok works, dude.
me neither. But he like this kid. He's like 2 years younger than us, and he makes like $100,000 a year because he goes to like these events at like malls and like all these like 13-year-old girls go and like scream and like to get his like autograph and shit.
Bro,
Like
I might have to join. Might have to join TikTok then. That's a lot, man. I don't think you understand. I've been
you
struggling to
like the
get my.
13-year-old you like the 13-year-old girls, Sean?
We're editing that part out. So, no, dude, what was I gonna say? It's $100,000 a year though. There's no way that's true though.
No, I mean that's what my dad says. I don't really know if
Okay,
that's
well,
true or
your
not.
dad is a prominent liar, so But
I don't think he's as bad of a liar as I am, but I mean,
I didn't believe you in the first place. So, but dude, I just I think like there is probably at least a few TikTok, famous people. Or I love the term influencer now. It's hysterical
oh yeah,
because there are some people that are influencers. I would say very prominent people are influencers, and they influence, because they're like leaders, and they
yeah.
influence kids that follow them and stuff like that. But I've seen
But there's
people.
some people who they're just influencers. Like most, if you're an actual influencer, you do something else that gets you famous, and then you like promote stuff on Instagram and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
but there's
But
people just
like,
have
there's some people that
followers.
are just influencers with like 10, like, oh, I have 1 million followers. Like, for what? Like,
Yeah,
all you do is
exactly.
say like, oh, buy this new mascara, or buy this makeup. Oh, look at this purse. You
Yeah,
get
look
10%
how
off
nice my hair
discount
is
code.
because of Pantene. Exactly, dude. It's one
Yeah.
of those things. It's like, why are you? It's like, dude, influencer means nothing at this point. Because there's people that are legitimately influencers, and
hmm
like influencer is just it implies they influence something. I guess they could influence like people's ideas because they value their opinions that much, right? But just
Yeah.
there's so many, like you said, there's so many people. I've seen people on Instagram with like 1 million followers. They're like, it's this influencer in the pie. It's like, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Like, how
Well,
did you get 1 million
the only thing
followers?
they influence is how you spend your money. That's the only
Yeah,
way.
and no one's dumb enough to buy their, like $50, like crappy plastic bag. But
Yeah.
shoot, I don't even
That's
remember what
what
we're
Eric
talking about, man.
Abrons is trying to do
Okay,
now.
you
He's
know
trying to
what,
be an influencer.
dude?
He's like get 20% off the CBD oil if you sign up with my code Eric Abrons 10.
So for those of you who don't know, one of our classmates, Andrew, his brother Eric Abron, check him on Instagram. He's a nice guy, but don't open your Instagram public because he's a fitness model for Instagram. He's got like what 200, or he's got like 100. He's got more than 150
100 something
thousand
thousand. Yeah.
followers. Yeah, he's got a decent following, right? But the guy I used to follow, it was just kind of a meme. I know it's a little sus, but it was a meme basically where, well, since I don't want to incriminate myself or anybody else, but it was a meme. But it's just like, dude, that's fine. He's a fitness model. Okay, I was gonna say that's fine. I don't think he has influencer in his bio, but that's fine. Fitness model. People
Yeah.
see him, they're like, okay, this is inspiring for me. It's inspiration for me to work out and get a better body, which is
Oh,
awesome.
that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you have influencers like, I want to say, I'll use an example as Rice Gum. You know what Rice
hmm
Gum is? The YouTuber. I hope
Yeah.
many kids don't know who he is, but he's basically just a YouTube asshole who got famous from just being like a hype beast, and all these little kids
hmm
followed him. It's like, dude, what are you doing? But
To be fair, that's half the people on YouTube.
wow, dude, Jake Paul went to jail. Did you hear it happen? I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that
I
this
heard
is,
about that.
dude. It's awesome, honestly. But like, he went. He's just an idiot, honestly. He's a damn
hmm
moron.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to the Andrew Abrons. So everybody watching this, so you may or may not know that if we get 20 likes on the Enzi video, which was the last episode, then I have to go on a random Zoom date with a fan or a stranger. But I'm not. The way we're gonna do it is I'm not gonna be allowed to know who it is until like it actually happens. So I'm not gonna write like a script for myself. It's just gonna be me there, probably sitting very awkwardly with someone who's probably feeling the same way, right? But the only
And it'll
person
probably be a guy.
I was getting to that. So, the only person I've seen show interest in it is Andrew, and Lord knows I do not want to go on a Zoom date with Andrew. So if you're watching this, I don't
Please
care.
like his last video.
Please like, and
Make
if you
multiple accounts.
okay, I'm muting you. I actually I don't know how to mute you. It's just like I have like the Broke Boy free Zoom account. So I'm unsure if this is gonna end after 40 minutes or not. So let's just hope that we finish before that. But if you're interested and you're a normal person, please like the video. And if you're going to like it, volunteer yourself. You can if you want. I don't know. It'll probably be funny to watch me suffer because who doesn't want to watch me suffer, right? But man, we get really off topic. So, anyways, David, some other questions for you. Can you grow? Oh, yeah, sorry. So, would you consider making one on TikTok, David?
No, I would not.
Are you
'Cause
much
it's
of a
stupid.
dancer? Okay, well that's
I'm not much of a
what.
dancer either, but that's not why I wouldn't make a TikTok. I wouldn't make a TikTok because it's stupid.
Can you get up and do the floss so I have clickbait,
No.
please?
No, I'm sorry, Sean. No floss for you.
All right. Well, okay. I guess we're not
Viewers
putting
are
this
gonna
one.
miss out.
No, exactly, dude. Yes, that's what they came to see. Dude, that's no. Come on, that's good clickbait. Do it. I'm peer pressuring you now. You have to do it.
No.
Okay, you
No
shifted. And I
flaws
thought
for
you were gonna
me.
do it. You can do it sitting down. You can do it sitting down. Do it sitting down.
I'm not doing the floss, Sean.
I want
Let's
to
move
write
it.
David does
Next
the floss
question.
in the clickbait. No. This is my show. I control the show. What do you mean next question? I ask the questions. All right. Do the floss right now. Did you do it sitting down? Do it sitting down. Do it sitting down.
You can't see me though.
If I can, your video's turned on.
All
Okay,
right,
never
one
mind. Okay,
second. I'm
I'll
doing the
save you.
floss. I'm doing the floss.
All right, great. I can use it for clickbait.
All right, I'm
So,
back.
oh,
Wait, what just happened?
I think you're having a.
I
There we
can't see
go.
you. There we go.
There we go. So, a question for you: what was your senior project?
Yeah, so I worked with Mrs. DeStefano in the lower school, lower school science teacher. And I helped her teach second and third grade science classes. So it's pretty fun, actually. The third graders were building Rube Goldberg machines. Those machines like
I
where
have
there's
no idea.
like 50. There's like 50 steps to like do a simple task. Like it'll be like
Oh,
pop a balloon and you like drop like a marble that rolls
I
down
know
the
what you mean.
hill and it hits the
I know
thing.
what you mean. Like those whole like things that you have on like Instagram, where it's like you have like a golf ball
Yeah,
moving down, and instead of just dropping it into the cup, it drops down like a stairwell. Cat
yeah,
slaps it, nuke explodes. The
yeah.
residue, just the dust slowly moves. I know what you mean. That's
Yeah, one
pretty
of
fun
those
though.
things. So they were building that, so I had to build one to like show them. And it was pretty cool because like I thought my thing was pretty lame actually. And then all the kids are like, "Whoa, like that's amazing. That's the coolest thing we ever saw." And I'm like, I feel pretty good about myself now.
That's pretty funny. Dude, it is. It's kind of easy to impress little kids because
Yeah.
like what was I gonna say? All right, I'll say this. It's pretty cringe. I'll be honest, but so
Okay.
when I used to back in the days when I was younger, right?
hmm
I used to play Fortnite as most kids did, right? And
Yeah.
I was pretty good. I was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Because that's all I did basically that summer is I
hmm
just played Fortnite. And that was I think it was that was when it got really popular. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was like I think sophomore going into junior year. That was that summer.
Yeah.
So
That summer was really popular, and that's all anyone did. Yeah.
yeah, that's all anyone did. No one went outside, dude. It was like It was like pre-quarantine. It was like you know what I mean?
Pre-quarantine. Yeah.
But so I showed some little kids that I was teaching for my counseling. I was a camp counselor, and I helped teach like the
hmm
science class thing. And the little kids were like, "Do you play Fortnite?" And I finally the last day I was like, "Yeah, I play Fortnite." They're like, "How many wins do you have?" I was like, 5. And the kids were like, "Yo!" And they just started screaming, and then they all started like flossing. And I wanted to like I wanted to dude, I wanted to jump into like a pit of lava because I was like, I don't want to see you guys flossing. And this kid's like, no,
Yeah.
do some of the dances. I was like, dude, I have so much self-respect that I will not do any of the dances from that just
Yeah. That's
horrific
why I
game.
didn't do the floss.
Well, we got the clickbait. You said you did, so we got the clickbait. So, question for you, David. So, are you gonna run? Because you're going to BU. For those
hmm
people that didn't know, David's going to Boston University in Boston. So, I have a question for you. How did you get into running?
Yeah, so I started running when I was really young. So when I was like probably 3 or 4 years old, I would just run back and forth like in the hallway in my house.
Did you ever
And
run
my
to the
parent,
wall?
I've done that before. I think I did that.
Dude,
I mean,
why
I
do you
don't
think
really
dude,
run.
I'm not kidding. So, okay, I'll let you finish. I'll share a little story.
Yeah. Well, let's say what I did run into. Do you remember when we were playing hide and seek that one time and I hit my head on the beam, or were you not there for that?
For those, I'll give some context. Everybody that doesn't know, me and the Borders, what we used to do, because, I would just stay pretty late at Hackley, is we would basically play Manhunt after school. It was super fun. Nick, make fun of us all you want, but it was super fun. But
Oh, it was
David
fun.
was,
Yeah.
David was very prone to injury when we played any of those games, because I don't know how, dude, your head is like a magnet. Oh, I remember I was there. That was so funny. Dude, I thought you had a concussion, and that was even funnier, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, well, it like clotheslined me, and then Jordan Miller was walking by, and I was like lying there. I was like, "Who?" Like grabbing out into the spit, the space. She was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, no." Like,
I remember that. That was hysterical. The best part is that I remember you were the guy that was manhunting. You know what I mean? You were the guy that was it. So no one
yeah,
went near you because they're like, oh, it's a trick. But
yeah.
oh man, I miss those days because I remember one day rocks were thrown and that was kind of I think peak of manhunt.
Oh, when
But
Jamie threw the when an unnamed man threw the rock.
you already said the retarded's name. I mean, I'm not editing, so it's fine. So David,
uh,
have you watched all? Or actually,
I'll get
yeah,
back to what
sorry.
I was saying before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, like that's how I started when I was really young. I'd like run back and forth in my house, and my parents were like, "What's wrong with this kid?"
There's a lot more than running,
Love,
than wrong with
yeah.
you, but
Um,
just take it,
but
Matt. David, have
so,
some
no,
confidence.
yeah. So, anyways, I
Okay.
would run back and forth in the house, whatever. And then when I was probably like 10, there was like there's this race they do near where I live, called the County Classic every year. They have like a kids run, and my parents were like, "Oh, you should do that because you run back and forth in the house constantly." Um, so I did that, and I like won the whole thing. It was like kids up to like 14 years old, so it kind of started from there. And then like when I in middle school, I ran my middle school, and then I joined cross country and track at Hackley. So that's kind of how it started.
That's pretty cool. I like a good origin story like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to do that with my dog, because my dog would always, chase me when she was younger and
Mhm.
she had the energy, right? But I would
Mhm.
always fly into the wall. Because
Mhm.
on my old house, as I've moved so many times, but there was just this little strip where you could run, right? And you couldn't
Mhm.
run very far; it wasn't very long, just like
Mhm.
strip of like a hallway. So I
Mhm.
would just take off, just gas it down that hallway, and I had
Mhm.
no traction with my socks on, so I would just barrel
Mhm.
into the wall, and I think I made
Oh.
like a dent in the wall or something. But my dog would always follow me, so she would just slam into the wall after me and then follow me.
No, that's the most fun thing to do though. When you run and you have the like slippery socks on, and you slide across the floor. You know what I'm talking about?
I
Like,
think I know. Like you mean not slamming your head against the wall, but
no,
just
no,
like
but if
sliding.
there's no wall there, if like you just kind of run
Well,
up to
I
it a
mean
little
it's a
bit and then
hallway. There's gonna
stop
be
and
a
then you
wall.
slide.
Okay, sure, fair enough, fair enough. I thought you were talking about just like that's the most fun thing for you. That's how you get off
No, no,
David.
no,
You just
no.
fly into a
No, that's not the
wall.
most. But I'm saying that like that is kind of fun. I mean, especially when you're a younger kid, that's kind of.
Do you still do that? Do you walk up the stairs with your hands too? Do you still do that, David?
No, I don't walk up the stairs with my hands. I don't do that anymore.
You don't do that anymore. Well, it's fun though,
No,
right?
I don't know if I call that fun, but
All right, moving
yeah,
on.
I did it when I
So
was younger.
I think everybody did
Sometime.
when dude. It was so weird. I
Yeah.
think every kid did that when they were younger, but it didn't do anything. It's not like it's gonna make you go up the stairs faster. You just look like an
No.
animal.
The other thing that I do sometimes when I was younger is I'd like sit at the top of the stairs and then kind of like slide down.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. But dude, the thing is that we had this one staircase with like a rug kind of on it, so I would do that.
Mhm.
But one time I went down the wooden staircase, and
Yeah,
that's just
we had a wooden staircase where we used to live when I was younger, and it was like blah 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 blah. And
boom, exactly.
I
Dude, one time before school, I went barreling. This is when I was like in middle school. I went
like,
barreling down the stairs, and I slipped, and it was like a spiral staircase type thing, but it was
Yeah.
on a wall. You know what I mean? So it was like a wall, so it kind
Yeah.
of loops around. So
Mhm.
I just slid down the staircase at like top speed of like 8 miles per hour, and I land at the bottom, and that was like right next to the kitchen. And my mom comes running out, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" She goes, "What the hell?" And I was like, "Mom, I had just potentially got a concussion. She was mad at me." But I mean, that is kind of fair. If my kid got a
Yeah.
concussion, I'd be like pissed. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? But
Yeah,
so
like now I
David,
gotta spend all this money on medical bills.
yeah, you dumbass. But David, so something tells me that, or sorry, you told me that you're a big fan of the Oddcast. How many episodes have you watched?
I've watched most of them. I didn't watch the Lisa one. I watched part of it, but I didn't watch the whole Lisa one. Um, I've probably watched all of them except like two or three.
What was your
Like I'm,
favorite one?
I mean, Flan is an obvious
It's a
favorite,
fan
but
favorite.
also
Dude, I don't know why did
uh,
everybody like the Flan one. I mean,
no, but it was great. I mean, Flan's just a great guy,
it's true. I mean,
and then the
everybody else was great.
Jason and Jimmy was great too. That was fun to watch. Even though I really wanted to know what happened when it
The
like
cup.
cut out for that time. Yeah.
I can't say. I can't say. The worst part is that we can't even say what happened, even when this is like, not safe for work. But Jason said something hysterical, and it was just so funny, dude. I was so sad we couldn't keep it in because it was by far the funniest part of the podcast. But dude, that entire podcast was just us making fun of Jimmy, and that was just great. But
Yeah.
yeah. So dude, a question for you. So this is my little hot take I had for today. Is
hmm
running really that hard of a sport? You just run, and most people can run. Think about it.
Well, to run fast is hard. To just run is not hard. But
Yeah,
as
exactly.
a
Okay, oh,
sport,
they're just proving my point. Yeah.
but as a sport, I mean, it's still a sport. There's competition, and like if you
Yeah, who
see
can
what
run? Yeah, everybody can run. Good job.
no, but run faster. I mean, everyone can run. Well,
Okay, well
most
that's
people can
sprinting.
run.
Sprinting is different than running because sprinting is like you're explosive and you're exploding for like 10 seconds or 8 seconds depending on what race you're running or how fast you can run it. But you have running, it's like, oh, that guy can run. Oh, that guy can run. Let's see them run.
Yeah, but if we raced in a mile, what would happen, Sean?
Oh, I'd smoke you.
Oh, of
I,
course, yeah, yeah.
David, you don't understand. I'm a lean machine right now. Okay, I'm
Yeah, I
telling you.
saw you in that 200 at the Armory, that 4x2.
Wow. I mean, I did kind of take off, but dude, everyone else was so fast for sprinting. But like, it's okay. Anybody can run a mile, dude. All I'm saying. It's just not that hard.
Yeah, anyone can do it, but I mean, anyone can play basketball. I could play basketball. I'm terrible, but I could play.
Okay. You're making a good point, and I don't like that. Probably wasn't the best hot take I could have came up with, but you know what? I spent most of my time trying to figure out how Zoom works. You'd think it's easy, but it's like
Yeah.
it just doesn't make any sense for setting up a
Oh
meeting.
no, definitely. Like when I was doing the stuff with the second and third graders, like somehow they found a way to like draw in red marker over the screen. So like I was trying to teach and they just completely covered the screen. I was like, come on, bro. Like I literally can't do what I wanted to do.
That's pretty funny.
Because I can't, the screen's just red.
There's this guy I watch on YouTube, and he would do like Zoom. I guess he would go into Zoom rooms and kind of like mess them up. He would just screw with everybody, but he figured out how to do that, and he would just drop penises on the teachers, and the teachers would just go, "Whoa!" and he would exit out. Dude, honestly, that's so funny that they could just cover it.
Yeah. Well, that happened a lot at like big colleges. Like I know like USC and like some other big schools. And like the professor didn't know half the people in the class. It's like a 500 kids in the class. So they just have no idea like who it is or whether it's someone who's in the class or not. And there's nothing they can do.
I mean, yeah, that's true too. It's just like if someone yelled out a curse word in class, it's like, well, you can't go into like the history, you know what I mean? See who said it,
Yeah.
unless you're recording. But it's like there's literally no way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what? That's just a bonus we get for going to college next year. So, David, actually, if you don't mind me going back to the senior project part, I was curious. So, how were the kids? Were they like, were they like all riled up on sugar and I don't
They
know, with
were
apples?
great 90% of the time. I mean, like I didn't realize how smart they would be beforehand. Like I'd sort of like dumb stuff down, because I was like, because they were talking
What do you
about a
mean
lot of
by dumb
physicsy
stuff? Like,
dumbed stuff down.
no, I
I'm
mean, what
saying
do you
like,
mean? Like, give me an example.
yeah, like we were talking about like these Rube Goldberg machines, which is a lot of like physicsy stuff. So I wasn't telling them like, the acceleration of gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. Like I wasn't telling them that. I was just saying like things get faster as they drop in the air. And then like the kids would be like, oh, and that's shown by the equation, this, and this, and this.
Dude, I don't even
Like,
know that.
like they just knew a lot more than I thought they would know. Like they were going to like high school level stuff. I was like, holy shit.
High
Like,
school level? I mean, maybe one kid knew something because his dad's a physicist, but I don't think all of the kids. Granted, I know
well,
Hackler
not
kids
all
are
of the
smart,
kids, but most of them. And I mean, not all the
it's
kids,
impressive.
but they were, and it wasn't like AP physics stuff they knew or something like that, but they knew like stuff that would be
Basic.
taught in yeah, basic, exactly, but stuff that would be taught in like with Mr. McClay or Carps, whoever, in freshman year physics.
That's pretty interesting and impressive. Dude, honestly, kids are evolving nowadays. I know so many people, I've talked to so many parents, and they're just saying that,
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I start my kid off, learning another language. So they'll be learning, like, I don't know, like Chinese or Spanish, with English when they're learning to talk.
Yeah.
So they'll teach them English first, and then whichever, other language. And it's awesome because I've seen so many kids that aren't fluent, but they know, like,
Mm-hmm.
more than some high school students when they're like 8 or something. And it's
Well,
honestly super cool.
supposedly after you pass like the age of like I think it's like 12 or something like that, it becomes much harder to learn a new language. So that's like what the reasoning behind that is I guess it's pretty easy to learn a language when you're like learning how to talk or even in like elementary school. But once you get into high school, like I sit there in Spanish class and just like, what the fuck is she talking about?
I mean, that's 100%, man. Especially when the Spanish teacher's like, okay, vale. It's like, I don't know. I was like, dude, I don't
Yeah.
speak English
I
that fast.
don't
How do
want
you
to
expect me
name
to understand
yeah.
Spanish that fast? Everybody knows that.
I don't want to
Dude,
name any
no,
names,
it's
but like
not
the
even
teacher you
Spanish
had
teachers,
this
man.
year.
No, it's not, dude. It's not Spanish teachers. It's just all Spanish people. So I went on the Spain trip. Anybody watching the podcast that was on the Spain trip will know this. So I was getting really pissed off because I would tell people like, oh, in Spanish, I'd say like, I don't speak Spanish very well. Please speak slowly. Más despacio, por favor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they just like, oh, okay. It's like, dude, I literally can't do that. And so we visited a school with it was kids. They were kind of like us, like we spoke English, learning Spanish, and they spoke Spanish for learning English. And one of the girls was trying to talk to me in English, and I was like, "Oh, how are you doing? I'm having a really good day. How are you doing?" I like speaking Spanish really slowly. I said something stupid, but it was like super fast, and the girl looked at me and was like, "¿Qué?" And she had no idea
Yeah.
what I was talking about.
Well,
Dude.
everyone
It
thinks
was
that when
so
people are talking in a
satisfying.
different language, that it's faster than their own language.
Well, yeah,
Apparently,
no, that's true. But like Spanish in particular, I could
they
talk like
speak
this in
fast.
English just
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, but like those people that speak Spanish really know how to just
Yeah.
fire, dude.
Really.
They gas
Mm-hmm.
it. I'm telling you, they hit the pedal,
Mm-hmm.
or pedal to the metal. But dude, I'm telling you, it's the most satisfying thing. If you ever in that situation, anybody watching, do that because the look on her face was great. And then like 5 seconds later, she did the same exact thing to me. It's like, okay, well, screw you, right? But it was honestly great. That had nothing to do with what we were talking about. But no, what I want to go back to is that kids are getting smarter and smarter all these days, man. Parents are
Yeah.
teaching their kids more and more, and it's just like it's cool. It's cool to see because we're really seeing like not peak human performance, but we're really seeing what a child's brain can do.
Yeah. The big difference you notice is like, they start talking about this stuff. You're like, wow, like I can treat them like high schoolers. And then you see the maturity level, and it's like, well, that's where it doesn't exactly line up.
Yeah, exactly. They say, they solve like the quadratic equation and then they just go in the corner and start flossing. It's like, all right, well,
Yeah.
I can understand what's going on here. But
Yeah,
so
like these two kids got in a fight one time because I was showing them like this video, and in the video, this guy like closed like a toilet seat because it like activated something else, so like all these things would happen. And this one like boy yells, "That's not sanitary!" And then this other girl across, was also in the Zoom was like, "You're not sanitary!" And they screamed back and forth at each other the rest of the class.
do you just mute him? You could just muted him, right?
Well,
Yeah, well,
so
it's entertaining to say
it
the
was
least.
entertaining, yeah. No, Mrs. DeStefano was like, "We're gonna mute you. We're gonna mute you if you don't stop talking." But she just never actually did it, and I could have done it, but I was like, but if Mrs. DeStefano wasn't gonna mute them, like, why should I mute? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That happened with some of my classes too. But it was always just me being the loudmouth. You know what I mean? Like Mr. Sykes' economics class, one of my favorite classes. It was so funny, but he could mute me, but I could just immediately unmute myself. So I'd have my mouse covering over like the mute button, right? It'd be hovering over it. So rather than mute me, I'd unmute myself and keep going. So kids could do that nowadays. I feel like that's giving them too much power for online learning. You know what I mean? Because when you're
Oh
in
yeah, for sure.
person, you can be more intimidating and like upfront, like put it down now type thing, right? But when you're on Zoom, they can just
They can
unplug their
just do whatever they
yeah,
want.
dude, they
Yeah.
can just go like this and you can't hear them. It's like, okay, well, they
Hmm.
have no instruction that they can hear, so they're, they have no teacher, I guess, in a way.
Well,
But
the
yeah.
worst time was one day, like the lower school would do these like themed days to try to like for like school spirit or whatever during quarantine. So one day it was like disguise day, so all the kids had to dress up in like disguises, and then they would make their name like the disguise, so you didn't know who they were. And the kids were so bad that day, like they just misbehaved the whole entire time because you couldn't like get them in trouble if they did anything really bad because you didn't know who they were.
That's just bad planning. That's just bad planning on their part.
Yeah.
But so I have another question for you. This is a burning question I know that many people are curious about.
Mhm.
So, would you classify yourself as an e-girl or as a simp?
Oh, I,
I'll give you some
I
time. I'll give you
mean,
some time. But I don't want to edit, so please hurry up.
I, I guess, I guess I'm more of a simp than an e-girl.
Ah, he's a simp. All right, moving on, everybody. You got it. Okay, that's more clickbait. Um, um, well, I'm running a little low on questions. Okay, yeah. So, what is the least legitimate sport in your opinion besides running?
Oh, the least legitimate sport. Well, do we call cheerleading a sport?
I,
Because
I
that's the
honest
least
to God
legitimate.
did not know that was a sport. I mean, I guess it is.
They
No, it is.
legitimately consider that a sport, and that would be the least legitimate.
Okay, besides, I mean, I understand that. I understand why it's a sport because I know some cheerleaders who go to Ursuline and they have to do like some serious stuff. It's like it's a lot of gymnastics. But
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, I guess you're right in a way. I mean, I don't
You
agree with
wanted
that.
more like an actual sport. I know what you mean.
Well, I guess that is a sport. Like the term sport is so broadly defined, or it's just so broad that you can call anything a sport. So
Yeah.
I guess like there's midget throwing and like wife carrying are sports. Oh, on ESPN 8
Do you know?
Ocho, they have that.
Yeah. I love that. And do you know the thing they do in like, I forget, it was like Scotland or England, where they roll the cheese barrel down the hill? Have you seen that?
Oh my God, of
And
course.
they
Those are
all the
my
guys like
long
run
lost
as fast
brothers.
as they can down the hill, and they like
That's pretty
hit
entertaining.
their heads and all that kind of shit.
That's pretty funny. Okay, yeah, okay. I guess that's the least legitimate sport. So, what is your okay? So we asked NG question last time. We said, "What's your favorite dinosaur?" So David, what is your favorite aquatic extinct animal?
Extinct. Do I even know any aquatic extinct animals?
I'm hoping you do, so you can answer my damn question.
I, I don't know any aquatic extinct animals. Are there dinosaurs that live in the ocean? I don't think so.
Oh, obviously there were. I'm gonna be rude, but like, come on, man. All right, next
I
question.
have no idea.
I'll give you till next time you're on to think about that one. What is
All
your
right.
favorite TV show?
Ooh, favorite TV show. I mean, I've been watching a couple things I've been watching in quarantine. I've been watching The Office just 'cause my sister's obsessed with that.
I
That's
think
a good
most
show.
people
That's
are.
not
Eh,
best of all time.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of The
Um,
Office, mainly because
but
people. Yeah, I know what you mean.
you know what I've been watching that's really good? Is Friday Night Lights. Have you like?
I gotta get into that. I've heard so many good things about Friday
Oh,
Night
it's
Lights.
so good. That for right now, that might be, especially because there's like I watch a lot of sports and there's obviously no sports on right now. So like that's been good for me lately.
I know what you mean. I'm a big fan of Entourage. If anybody's here watching that, it's also not very safe for work. Very not
Yeah,
safe
I'm
for
not
work.
watching that, but would
Watch
you
Entourage.
recommend it?
Oh, I would recommend it any day of the week. Entourage is such a great show.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into it.
It's very outdated though, and not in the way. Yeah, it's very outdated. One of the characters, Ari Gold, is just very, I want to say, edgy
Hmm.
in the respect that he makes a lot of jokes that would be, frowned
Especially
upon
in
nowadays.
Yeah, especially in the past couple weeks, I think
Yeah,
it'd
no,
be
well,
even
it's
more
times are
frowned upon.
sensitive. Yeah, times are sensitive then. But Oh yeah, no, that also reminds me too. Shoot, I completely forgot to not put this to the beginning. It's whatever. So I'm gonna re-put for everybody who's still watching, the 5 people still watching, including me and Gabe. I'm gonna re-put all of the links that we put on the video last time with Enzi that were like the foundations to donate to and all that stuff. I think there were petitions to sign as well because it's important to be persistent and stuff like this.
Yeah,
And I feel
sign
like
all those and
yeah,
give
it's
money if you have money.
yeah, exactly. Because I feel like if you're not persistent at all in this matter of racism and police brutality and just overall injustice against Black people and others, it's just like if you're not persistent, then it's gonna die out. You know what I mean? If we're
Yeah, I
not,
mean, look what's happened
yeah.
every time in the past. I mean, I I
Yeah,
think the
I
thing
think
that's
David,
encouraged
David, I should say, I think you and I discussing this is probably not like
probably not the best thing, but
I mean, yeah,
yeah,
like we don't
no,
have like the
but
ultimate say, but we're just saying it's
yeah,
important to be persistent because if you're not, then it's just gonna die out and the same thing's gonna happen again, and there's gonna be no change.
yeah. No, the one thing I was gonna say is that the thing that I think is good this time is there's a lot of white people who actually care.
That's yeah, no, that's 100%
And
true.
that's something we can say as white people.
Oh right,
That seems
yeah.
like the difference.
Exactly, dude. And it's like I said, it's important. Most people I know are getting involved, and it's super important that they're getting involved because that's how change happens. Is when everybody gets involved and stuff like that. But anyways, moving on from that very important topic, we can go to more silly topics. So, David, oh shoot, I don't have any good. Okay, this is a this is a really bad question I thought of, and I thought it was kind of funny. But thinking back on it, it's not
Okay.
very funny. But would you rather have your big toe as your 5 fingers, or you have middle fingers as your toes?
Oh, that's a really weird question.
Oh, I know.
I would definitely have middle fingers as toes though, because think about
That's
how
so
large
weird.
your
That's
no,
so weird.
but think
Oh,
about
you
how
want to have
large
like
your
a
hand.
20? You want to have like a 20-foot like foot size? David, you know what they say, right? Big feet, big personality. And I don't think too
Oh,
much personality
oh,
coming out
that's
of you,
definitely
David.
what they say. No, but my like think about if you had big toes as hands, like it would be
It's like
like so weird to
pincers.
pick stuff
It's
up.
like
Yeah, it's
pincers,
like
dude. That's what I'm saying. It's
yeah,
like
you
pincers. It'd
look
be
like
awesome.
a no, that wouldn't be awesome. That'd be
Dude, you
weird.
could go up to like a nephew, like if you had like or I don't know, like a son or something, like, oh, got your nose, and you could just rip it right off because that's 5 big toes, dude. Oh, got your nose. It's the guy's like, oh my god, he actually has my nose.
No, but another thing about big toes, and this is kind of gross, but do you have like a little bit of like hair on top of your big toe?
I'm not your doctor. Go talk to your local physician. It's disgusting, David. I think we're gonna wrap it up because this is a mini-sode. We don't have Gabe here, and I don't want the episode to run that long. So Gabe looks like he's more important to the show than he actually is. You know what I mean? I'm kidding. So,
Yeah.
well, anyways, everybody, thank you for watching. If you watched this part, thank you for coming. I will have all the links in the description. Like I said, again, please donate to them if you can. Sign the petitions if you can. It's very important that you do. David, any closing remarks? Oh, any insults you want to throw out at people before we end this one off?
Ooh, insults. I don't know. You can't do this to me on such short notice. I would have like written up
Okay,
a page of
David,
things to say about Andrew.
you don't need 5 hours to about only Andrew. David,
Yeah,
David,
I
that
could
is
have a whole
like
page.
you're going for the easy target. I see. Okay. So, anyways,
I
guys,
mean, that's what Ms. Reminar calls me. Do you know about this?
oh, I think you wanna call it any no. Okay, fine. You want to say it anyways? I feel like that's a good way to end it.
Yeah. So, Jack did something. I forget what it was when we were the sophomore year in Spanish 3, and Miss Reminar was like, "Jack, can I talk to you after class?" And she was like, "Jack, you can't do whatever you did to David." He's like, "Why?" She was like, "He's an easy target."
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the Easy Target and I are signing off. Have a great day and take care.